Is it time yet? Is this rolling? EA have finally come out with the FIFA 21 official trailer. And I have to give you my honest opinion on this one. Well, this is gonna be spicy. Enjoy. Let's begin with the trailer and my reaction. Mbappe being the cover star of FIFA 21 is obviously a good thing to have. By the way, just casually driving a race on the side. I like the fact that Mbappe is the cover star. I like that. I like the fact that they have still gotten faith in Joao Felix as one of the main players, and Haaland as well, who are going to be their ambassadors for the game, it seems to be. But let's continue and let's get to the important part of this trailer. One thing I want to point out before we actually get to the real stuff is this one right here. I love the fact that Kurzawa has his controller lights synced up with his shorts. I mean, I gotta give this man some extra points for that one. And here is the big one. Oh, EA have done it. Woohoo, yay. Well, here's my opinion. Volta Squads, okay? EA have finally put it into the game. And it is something that a lot of people have apparently been looking forward to. According to EA, Volta is the most played game mode out there. But I'm asking myself, where are these people that are playing Volta? Because if I'm looking at Volta videos on YouTube, I'm not seeing anything. No one is doing Volta series with like huge amounts of views. If Volta was actually the #1 game mode in the game, there would probably be a lot of content creators blowing up making Volta videos. Maybe in FIFA 21, I will have to change lanes and become a Volta YouTuber. But let's move away from that. Last year, they brought out Volta. Oh, yeah, FIFA Street. Woohoo, sick. And sadly, it had exactly the same mechanics as the normal gameplay. That is my biggest issue with Volta. If Volta had the FIFA Street feeling that we had before, a different type of gameplay that is not as leaned towards the gameplay of FIFA 20 and normal, or FIFA 21 coming up, like the general gameplay that you have in Kickoff, Ultimate Team, Career Mode, it needs to be a separate type of gameplay. And I hope they have managed to give it that separate type of gameplay feel in Volta next year. I've seen plenty of videos. I've seen plenty of people talk about it. And yeah, it just wasn't what it was expected to be. Now they are bringing in Volta Squads, which is going to make it possible to play with your friends. If it's good, that would be huge. I would love to play Volta and have some fun. It can be a very fun game mode to play. Of course, you can get 5 of your friends or 4 of your friends to play with you, apparently, because there are 5 people on the screen, and you can have some fun while you progress with your club. Graphics-wise, I have to admit, I don't see any changes, and it was quite expected, by the way. I think it was quite expected to see because, of course, they have to focus on next gen, right? So they have to adjust the gameplay and the graphics to current gen and next gen. This is how it always goes on FIFA. The game that is coming out during a year where we have 2 console generations normally tends to be like only a small step forward. It can't really be that much of a leap. If you're looking for insane graphics improvements, FIFA 2022 is probably going to be the one where we will get to see some more major improvements. Now, here's one thing that also is important for career mode. This one right here. Let me go back a little bit here. So this one looks like you can actually manually trigger runs with a direction input. So normally you would press L1 for your player to make a run, but normally what happens in FIFA, which is extremely annoying, is them just running down a straight line into your opponent. So let me show this with the mouse. I hope you guys can, yeah, you can see the mouse there. So normally when you press L1 here, he would genuinely just make a run like this, right? He would just run into this guy. That's what he would do. Now you can actually put in a direction, which is hopefully what it is. And that way you can make smarter runs with your offensive players. Now, I like that feature, but I also desperately want the offensive AI to be massively improved in FIFA 21, because one of my main issues when it comes to FIFA 21 is how overpowered the defensive AI is. It genuinely is like you have Albert Einstein playing defense and you have me, stupid, moving in the attack and not knowing where to go. Like that's just not how it should be. It should be in a way where it's balanced, where players are not just making straight runs in a direct line towards goal, but let's say we have Mbappe here. He fakes this way, goes around this way. He goes like this, goes around that way. He goes through the middle. There should be multiple options. But in FIFA 20 and also FIFA 19, in my opinion, we have only been seeing direct runs. The amount of times that my players run right into the chest of the defenders, I cannot count, bro. That is insane. So hopefully this year, with the offensive AI being improved, we will see better things in terms of gameplay. So this could be huge for career mode as well, because you could actually score some really nice goals by triggering some good runs. So that is a good feature if they have put that in. But I also want the AI to realize good runs themselves, not just with my input. That's one that I hope is going to be in the game. I don't think this one translates too well into online gameplay, because if this is an unstoppable animation, it would be very annoying for many people to see. What I'm hoping for is that this is like an offline game mode type of thing, because against the AI, if you put a panna between their legs, it's not that tough. But if I'm playing foot champs and my guy does an unstoppable panna animation, I will be losing my mind. So let me show you right here. Let's turn down the music. Right here, Joao Felix with the back heel through the legs of the defender, which is great to see.
And unify.
So here comes the interesting part. Here it is. This. Yay. Look, as a career mode YouTuber, this is the most important part of the trailer. And even in this, I am already seeing an error. I don't know if many people have pointed this out to you, but let me just tell you one thing. This is Liverpool playing against Dortmund, okay? You have Trent Alexander-Arnold here. You have Robertson here. You have Mane down there, Firmino, Salah. And then you have number 3, Fabinho. And then looking a little bit further back, you have number 3, Fabinho. So, you can look at this as a metaphor for career mode in a long time. For years lately. Every time they bring in a new feature into career mode, something is broken about it, and we have to constantly beg for it to get fixed. Right here, you have Fabinho playing twice. Now, I really hope EA realized this mistake, and I hope this is not actually a mistake that is in the game. It's just that this animation that they've put in is broken. So someone that coded this animation has done the wrong thing. Hopefully. I hope this is not something that happens in a game where you have twice the same player on the pitch. I really hope that doesn't happen. I really hope that doesn't happen. But let's get to the feature itself. Career mode simulations so far have been very boring, and in the last year EA have even taken away the ability to watch the career mode the simulation all the way through. So normally you would have the career mode simulation matches where you have your team, you have your starting lineups, you see the bench, and that's about it. And then the match starts and it goes from minute 0 to 90. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's how it goes on until 90. And you would be able to see and follow the game minute by minute, which would still make it somehow somewhat interesting to watch the career mode simulations. This year, for some reason, I don't know who's coming up with these ideas at EA. They have decided to take away that feature and just jump from 0 to 90 minutes immediately, instantly, with no build-up, no nothing, no excitement during the simulation. You just bang, there's the score. That's it. So I'm glad that they have changed it and brought in this step-in feature. Now, this could be huge. I love this because I already have a couple of ideas to this one, the step-in feature. So I'm looking forward to this one a lot. But a lot of people don't seem to realize that this was a feature years ago, where we were in a time where we thought this wasn't possible. EA had done this. I don't even remember which FIFA this was. It genuinely must have been at least 8 years ago. At least, I think, we had this feature back then. And you actually were able to simulate a game and then jump in whenever you wanted to, which was huge. I loved that back in the day, and they took that away. And this seems to be a thing that we keep seeing in every single FIFA career mode improvement that we get. Every time EA seemed to go back to what we had and bring in something that used to be sick. So I'm hoping Next up, EA, here you go. New idea for you. Remember when you had the coaches, the staff that you could upgrade? Defensive coach, midfield coach, attacking coach, fitness coach, all those things that we used to have in career mode. Bring it back. Let's give us more opportunities to spend within our team, not just on transfers, but also spend and invest into the club itself, into, for example, the facilities, the stadium, upgrades, all of that type of stuff that needs to go along with a career mode, with a manager mode. I would love to see that back. And sponsorships as well. Sponsorships, man. I know you guys have specific sponsorships for the game itself, but maybe figure out some contract situations where you can include those sponsors that are already in the game to be in career mode as well, for us to choose in between them. They're just names put onto the screen. It isn't really that important. So I'm hoping we get some stuff that we had in the back in the day in career mode to return again, because most of the time what happens in career mode is that things do get taken away, and then slightly but steadily some new stuff is coming in, or some recycled stuff as we are seeing it here. Now, I have seen the screens on this one. I have seen the information on this one. This is not just you actually simulating the game like you normally do in FIFA 20, FIFA 19, where you just see the minutes go by. Here, you can actually follow the play. So that is huge. I like that, because as a manager, I want to see how my team plays. I want to see who is making mistakes. If I concede a goal, I want to see who made that mistake for us to concede a goal. So let's say Fabinho right here, this one or this one, whichever one you like, loses the ball and our opponent goes through on goal and scores. Then I know, okay, there's something wrong with Fabinho. Maybe his passing isn't accurate enough. Maybe he's getting intercepted too much. Maybe his dribbling needs to improve. So that way, I can kind of feel like, what is the issue in my team? So I like that a lot. I like that. I like the fact that EA is bringing this in. I love the fact that we can get back and step into the games. Again, it is a recycled feature, but they have obviously upgraded it, which is a huge plus. I like that a lot. Thank you guys very, very much. But I hope this is not the only thing. We cannot just do this cycle of every year. We just get one thing added in every year. Just one thing. And then we get complete new game modes every year, like the Journey, Volta, and all that stuff added in, while there is already a game mode that is amazing and is just waiting for upgrades to come in to bring more and more people back from Football Manager into career mode. So many people I know have stepped away from career mode and have moved over to Football Manager because they feel like career mode has been stagnating for years and years. And I've been refusing to do it because I love FIFA. I love actual gameplay. I love having control over my players. So that is the only thing that holds me away from doing Football Manager. But I hope EA finally focus more and more on career mode. Now, in August, we will get some more news on career mode. Hopefully, it's not just going to be a 2-minute information part in a video. Hopefully, it's actually going to be longer than that. Hopefully, we get some proper information. For many years now, we have been getting excited about a few things that are being added into the game, like the cutscenes, for example, that just become, I don't know, just something different that you skip. So, for example, the cutscenes at this point, everyone seems to skip them. No one cares because it's literally the same thing over and over again. So I'm hoping that these features will have more of a lifespan than the other features that we have gotten through the cutscenes and all of that stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, there's also going to be more interaction opportunities with your players and all of that stuff. But let's move on here in the reveal trailer. I've talked about enough about this part of the video. And this is another feature that's coming up that I absolutely love. Foot co-op is huge. I hope they do it the right way. I hope it's not just a few like simple objectives. I hope it's a proper co-op experience where you can actually play with your friends, people that are not just sat next to you, people that are away somewhere else, so that we can link up with people from other countries and play with our friends, or friends that don't live that nearby. So I love this. I really like this. So I'm excited about the foot co-op stuff. So subscribe to the check-in channel for that one. CaniSports 2. That is going to be huge next year in Ultimate Team. Looking forward to that one for sure. And as we speak about Ultimate Team, Cantona has been announced as a new icon. And apparently we're going to get 2 more Spanish icons. This is something that I want to talk about that I haven't seen many people talk about. So Trent misses that shot. And then there's a button that says replay/rewind. Some people think this was just like a joke. I don't think it is. I genuinely believe EA are actually putting in a feature into FIFA, probably offline game mode, definitely not online. That would be impossible. But I think EA is putting in a rewind feature, a flashback feature. If you guys watch F1 content or you have played F1 2020, there's a flashback feature within the game where if you're driving and you crash, you can flash back to like 5 seconds before and then take that corner again and don't crash this time. So I'm thinking this rewind feature is going to be quite controversial for YouTube videos, but it could be very nice for many people out there that feel like they have been hard done by, that feel like that they had a big chance to score and they have gotten taken out and it was clearly a foul and the game didn't register and you felt like it was definitely a foul. Then you rewind like 5 seconds before and do the attack again. So I like this. I like them coming up with new things, and this could be interesting. This could be very, very interesting. So I'm genuinely looking forward to this one. I think for me, I will use this in a way in my career modes where I give myself a specific amount of chances to activate this feature throughout the season, where I'm only allowed to use it on my opponents. So let's say my opponent is through on goal. It's 1-1. It's a 90th minute. I desperately need the draw to get European football. He goes through on target. He scores. And I say, you know what? I'm going to use my rewind. I'm going to rewind. And I'm going to give my opponent another chance to do the attack and try and prevent it this time from going in. And I think that would make great content. But obviously, some people won't like it. They will see it as cheating and all that stuff. But it's fun. It's a game. Get over it. Let's see what happens in the rest of this trailer, though. So the rewind feature might be something new that we do get. So let's talk about some of the features. This is genuinely an in-depth video and my honest opinions. I just wanted to give you guys everything that I think about this trailer and the news that EA has come up with. Once again, Agile dribbling system. This is something that I like. I like players being agile. I like being the better player if I'm doing better with the left stick. So normally when you play FIFA, a lot of times people focus on the right stick right here. Actually on your screen, because it's flipped, it's the other side. But the right stick is the one where you do the skills. So most people focus on that one. I personally have learned in FIFA 20 to use this left stick. That one has been the most important for me. And I really hope EA continue improving the left stick dribbling, and hopefully with this agile dribbling system that they are incorporating in this game, we will see some big improvements in that sense. So hopefully it continues to be a great game for people that know how to twist and turn, that know how to change directions without necessarily doing skill moves. So I do like that a lot. That is a good thing to put into the game. This is something that I am personally very excited about, even for career mode especially. This could be huge. Positioning personality raises the importance of positional awareness. World-class forwards will hold their runs to stay level, with the last defender to stay on side. Playmakers will hunt for space to operate between the lines, while the best defenders will close down passing lanes more effectively to make it harder for your opposition to create opportunities. So this is huge. Here, basically, what it's about is it genuinely makes it important to have good positioning personality on specific players in your team. So, for example, your CDM, you want him to have the ideal personality in that CDM spot. Now, you can look at this as an enhancement over the work rates that we already have in FIFA. High-low work rates for attackers, low-high work rates for defenders. Those are the types of things that you want to see on your players. But now with the positioning personality, it could be even more than that. So for example, a Kevin De Bruyne-like player that is all over the pitch is someone that constantly asks for the ball. So hopefully with positioning personality, someone like KDB will always be pushing towards you, asking for the ball and looking to distribute it, and positioning himself in a great position to actually move the ball along nicely and get attacks going quickly. So hopefully with the positioning personality, we will see some changes in the way FIFA is played. I'm looking forward to that. I hope this is not just marketing and just good phrases thrown out there that don't actually mean anything. So hopefully that is something. This is one thing that I'm really looking forward to. Creative runs, as I mentioned before with that clip. I hope the AI is smart again. I hope they stop making those runs into the chests of defenders, smacking heads against heads. I don't want that anymore. I genuinely want to feel like I'm playing football. I want this to be the best it can be. And offensive AI has been horrific this year. Genuinely, absolutely horrific. If you compare it to how PES has it, Pro Evolution Soccer has it down to a T. Their offensive AI is actually incredible. Genuinely incredible. So I'm hoping FIFA is going to come back with a great improvement there. That is something that I'm looking forward to. Smoother encounters. I don't really know what this one is about. I'm hoping this does result in more clearer situations during the game. So basically not as much of the ball bouncing around, ping-ponging in between players, creating unnatural things on the pitch. So I'm assuming that is something that has to do with that. And then revisions of, what is this? Informed by feedback from the community, revisions to the fundamentals of football and FIFA. Raise the game throughout the pitch, blah, 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 blah. That is not really that important. Manual headers. So hold on. That's actually nice. So maybe finally we will see some good headers in the game. That would be something good to look forward to. Balanced blocking. That also has to improve. Defensive AI is too overpowered. So hopefully they have balanced that. Intelligent passing. Passing has to be something that they make more important. Players like Toni Kroos, players like Kevin De Bruyne should be playing passes that no one else can play. I feel like in FIFA, any player can play any pass. That's not how it should be. That is why players with 66 pace should become valuable again for career modes, for ultimate teams. Players that can play passes that no one else can play. That is what I'm looking forward to. And hopefully they finally found the right balance, because I feel like I can play any pass with any bronze player in ultimate team. So I'm hoping this is something that we can see change. And there's also one more thing. Replicating the playstyle of the best FIFA players in the world, the competitor mode settings gives your opposition a better grasp of skill moves, dribbling types, and tactics to give you a more challenging and rewarding opponent to match up with on legendary and ultimate difficulty. So that's an interesting one. Competitor mode. When we are playing career mode, we might finally have one step ahead of what we have currently as the difficulty. Competitor mode will actually maybe result in more skillful encounters of your opponents, which I'm looking forward to, because that can make great freaking content. Here it is now, the part you've been waiting for. Career mode. This is what we need to talk about, guys. This is basically turning into a podcast about FIFA 21 news right here, but I just wanted to go through everything and talk about everything that is necessary for you to know before you buy the game. Okay, new additions create additional depth in matches, transfers, and training to give you more control over your team's rise to the top. Now, I wish I could open this picture in a tab so you guys can see more than what it is right now. Can we go closer? Yes, there we go. So on this screen, we have the new simulation, and you can actually do a few different things here. First of all, you can check the stamina of your players while they're playing. So here he's on stamina. So you can see Gomez is on really low stamina. Firmino is on really low stamina. So that is a little bit of an issue. And once again, when we saw on the trailer, when we saw that there were two Fabinhos, I just showed three. Two Fabinhos in the game. There's actually only one. So that's good. So I'm guessing that was an animation mistake. But here we go. You have specific things to look at during the game. Stamina. Ratings, obviously you want to see who's doing well. Stats, which is also important, of course. And then a game plan, which I like a lot. You can actually change formations mid-game, hopefully. That is actually very, very nice. And also, you can go on pause. You can pause the game and do a quick few changes. So you can either jump in, which is obviously massive. So if you feel like you're struggling, Dortmund is winning, you're Liverpool, you want to take over and turn the game around, you feel like you have a better chance than your team when it's simming, this is great. Amazing. Love it. Team management. Obviously, you can make changes during the game, which you want to be able to do. That has been something that has been lacking in simulation. So now we actually have a massive part of career mode improved with this. Because for me personally, every episode that I record in my career modes, I have like 1 or 2 games that I simulate, especially if it's in the higher leagues, if it's not necessarily a road to glory. This is going to make the career modes more interesting to watch. So I'm genuinely looking forward to this. Hopefully it's challenging. Hopefully it's not too easy. Hopefully the changes that you do make actually have an impact on the game. So if I'm going all out attacking, I want my team to score goals. I want my team to push up the pitch. I want to see it visibly. I don't just want to be pressing buttons in this menu, and then after all, nothing actually changes. So hopefully that's something that will actually change stuff. So I'm looking forward to this. Great job on EA on changing that one. Love it. Moving back over here. Experience a whole new way to play out your season with the new interactive match sim. Jump in and out of matches to influence the course of the action or take charge of key moments, including penalties and free kicks, to change the outcome of the match. That is great. Hold on, you can jump in and out. Oh, hold on. That's interesting. So you can go into the game. Yo, that's actually sick. That's actually sick. Nice. So you can jump into the game. Let's say you see a free kick outside the box. I have any Spardi on the free kick. I say, all right, I'm going to take this. I step in, I take the free kick, score, take my glory, celebrate for a few seconds, and go back out. Ah, that's actually sick. That's genuinely amazing. I like that. I didn't think that they would give the ability to jump out as well. That's huge. Well done, EA. Well done. Not just recycling, but also improving there. That's good to see. Take charge of key moments, blah, blah, blah. Monitor match data and make changes directly from the sim based on match stats and your players' performance levels and stamina. Again, very important. Manage your players' development in greater detail with a revamped growth system. Turn right backs into right wingers, defensive midfielders into centre backs, and more to fill gaps in your team. And monitor player attribute changes during training to see how your squad is progressing. Now, here are a few things that I don't quite understand. Players development in greater detail with a revamped growth system. What does this mean? What does this mean? Dynamic potential was the big news last year, which is great, but needs improvement. Hopefully this one right here means that dynamic potential has been worked on and is actually better this year, more refined. Then the position change is obviously important, but then this part is interesting. Monitor player attribute changes during training to see how your squad is progressing. Now, this is something that we already have on FIFA 20. On FIFA 20, you can already look how your players are doing in training. If you're training them, you have 5 training sessions. If they get an A, they might get from 81 to 82 dribbling. You see that. That is how we monitor it this year. What kind of changes are they talking about in this sense with the monitoring the player attribute changes? That's something that I want to know because it just sounds like it's already in FIFA 20. I'm hoping that we get some more insight into the training sessions and maybe some more detail in terms of the attributes. So let's see what happens there. I'm interested to see that one. This is an interesting one now. Get more insight into your squad's performance levels with Match Sharpness, a new attribute that indicates how likely your players are to perform in the most crucial moments during the course of a game. Match Sharpness. So that is going to be a new thing that we have on the players, a new type of attribute that will be important when going into matches. So let's say you have Joe Gomez, who is, let's say, an 81 rated player, and he has low match sharpness. And then you have a Joel Matip, who is on high match sharpness, but might be lower rated than Joe Gomez. You would want to play Matip, hopefully. Hopefully the match sharpness actually makes a big difference. And that would mean Joe Gomez sits on the bench, gets a little bit of rest, doesn't have the sharpness. Matip comes into the game. Now, this once again is confusing me a little bit because it is very similar to how morale used to work back in the day. So I'm guessing they are bringing back morale in a way where it actually affects how the team does on the pitch. Because in FIFA 20, as you guys know, we have player conversations, and you have in the squad report, you can see the smileys that indicate how your player's form is or how happy he is. That doesn't necessarily affect their performance on the pitch. So for example, if I have a player that is on like a red smiley, when I play them, I don't really feel the difference personally. I don't know if you guys do, but I don't personally feel the difference. So hopefully with match sharpness, there will be a difference to be felt. And it is actually an attribute that actually is important to keep track of, because if it isn't, it's a pointless thing to add into the game. So let's hope that is something that actually makes some important changes. Increase your players' sharpness with a new active training system that gives you the ability to set up group training sessions to improve the likelihood of your strikers putting chances away or of defenders making key tackles. Love that. Love that. More control for the coach. More control over many, many players and their training sessions, not just 5 players per week, because that is not how football works. Players train twice a day at times. So I like this. I like the fact that they are bringing in a new revamped training system to give us more control over the growth of our players and their match sharpness, the new attribute that we have. So well done, EA, on putting that into the game as well. So we have the simulation changes, which are massive. Great to have that back. And we have a whole new attribute to keep track of and a new training system, which I like. Now, plan your team's training schedule with a new activity management system. Decide when to train and when to rest during the week as you balance your players' sharpness with morale and fitness to make the difference between winning and losing. Love that. Love that, because that means you can do it wrong. A lot of times with, like, for example, the training sessions that have been put into FIFA, you can put one player into 5 training sessions and he will never get injured. Nothing will happen. His stamina will not deplete. Nothing actually gets affected by the training sessions that you have in FIFA 20. In FIFA 21, we actually finally might have a training system where you have to put some thoughts into it, where you have to think about what you're doing, where you have to think about the stamina that the player possesses, where you have to think about how much match sharpness they have, if they're ready to go into the starting lineup, or if they will have to wait until next week to make it in there. Now, all of these new features that EA is putting in, I like it a lot. Well done, guys. But I would have liked to see something different as well, and that was the Youth Academy. I wanted more focus on the Youth Academy because we all know career mode is all about finding that young talent and making him the best player in the world. And I wanted some more improvements for the Youth Academy. I wanted to see, for example, like it is in PES, where you have a Youth Academy already. When you join a team and as a manager, you have a set youth team there. What I would want to see the most in career mode is to have that in our career mode, but also improve upon what PES is doing and come up with a league, a youth league, where you actually have to keep track of what your youth players are doing as well, to keep track of who is worthy of putting into the first team and seeing who is doing the best and growing the most. If I'm in the Premier League with Liverpool, I want to have my Liverpool youth team playing against the youth team of Chelsea. That's the type of detail I would love in the game. That would change so many things, and it would take away the focus from just having one team to care about to actually caring and nurturing the talents that you have in your team as well. Because obviously, for all the big clubs in the world, the youth system is a massive part for them. La Masia at Barcelona, all the Portuguese teams bringing out big talents year after year and selling them for millions. That type of stuff is necessary in career mode. We need more of that, and I hope EA will change in the next years in terms of that one. So I like what they are putting in here though. Enhanced opposition AI sees opponents approach games with more intelligence in both defense and attack. New system creates more informed AI decision-making in marking, tackling, passing, and dribbling to present you with more challenges during each match and keep your career mode fresh from game to game. That is very important, but it might just be marketing gibberish. We need to see this. We need to feel this in the game and see how it goes. And it comes down to all of this as well. Don't get me wrong. These features are actually amazing. I love them. But a lot of times with the features that we have seen in career mode, lots of it has been broken. Lots of it has had issues and bugs that could have been sorted out properly if the game was tested properly. So hopefully this year, a lot of the career mode game changers will get to test the game early enough to give proper feedback on what is wrong with the game and help EA as much as we possibly can. I would genuinely, for free, sit there for hours and hours and do what is best for this game and improve it and find the bugs so that the community out there doesn't have to experience them. So I'm hoping that us game changers will get a chance to play the game a little bit earlier so that you guys get a more finished product, not a game mode that comes out with bugs and glitches that take months to improve. Because at the beginning of every FIFA, Ultimate Team is the main focus. So if anything is wrong in Ultimate Team, which happens a lot every year, they are focusing immediately on improving those things, and most of the team at EA, I'm assuming, is working on that part immediately. And the career mode guys, sadly, don't have as many people to help out the career mode community as fast as they can. So hopefully this year it's going to be different, and whenever we do find issues, they can be sorted out immediately as soon as possible with a patch, and not a month or two later, because we have seen that in the past. We have seen the -1 overall glitch that we had in the past, where huge errors have been put into the game and they weren't fixed for months to come, and it ruined career mode for like a 2-month stretch. So hopefully that is not something that we can see in FIFA 21. Hopefully on that side we will be improving as well. FIFA 21 career mode enhances transfer realism by providing both human and AI controlled teams with new ways to sign players. Make loan to buy offers with optional or mandatory future transfer fees to secure new talent for your team. Already had that. Loan to buy offers we already had, but mandatory future transfer fees is something new. I like that. Well done, EA. New stuff to add into the game. Not talking about the loan to buy offers. They should have been in the game. I would like to see an explanation why stuff like this gets removed, but it's great to see that it has been brought back. Buy offers with optional mandatory future transfer fees to secure new talent for your team, and respond to AI manager initiated player swap proposals. Yes. And I hope they have improved this one. I hope they have come in with a proper good system for this one. Not something that is constantly gonna offer me players that I would never want to use. I genuinely hope they have worked on this feature, because this could be huge. I wonder though if the player swaps are only going to be a thing that you experience as a manager. So for example, dynamic potential in FIFA 20 only works for the team that you are controlling. It doesn't have an effect on all the other teams in the world. So it's only 1 out of thousands of teams. In career mode next year, I'm hoping it's not just me getting manager initiated player swap proposals. I hope other teams in between themselves will be doing player swaps as well. I hope other teams will be doing loan to buy offers as well with mandatory fees. I hope this is not just affecting you, because career mode is not just about what is happening in your club. It is about what is happening in the entirety of the league and the nations. So hopefully we will have that. And then there's one more interesting thing that they have put in, which says customize your career mode with new initial setup options. Get a more true-to-life experience of negotiating signings on the transfer market with authentic transfers, or boost your team's starting budget to help you build your squad with a financial takeover. That one we already had with the 60% boost. I don't know what that is about and why they're advertising that one. But before you start your career mode, you now have initial setup options, which I like. So for example, on F1, Formula 1, the game, you have the casual mode, which is obviously easy, a lot of assists for the driving. And then you have the standard mode, which is a lot harder. So I'm hoping this is going to allow hardcore career mode players like myself and other career mode content creators and the community itself to have a more tough experience doing a career mode. I hope that means if I am running a road to glory and I am in League 2, I'm not able to loan in a Manchester United talent. I'm only able to loan in a player from League 1 or maximum the Championship, and not go up for the best and best talents out there and loan them into my team, because obviously that is not realistic. So I'm hoping this actually could be huge. So in general, what do I think about the FIFA 21 trailer, and what are my thoughts about FIFA 21? First of all, gameplay wise, one of my biggest pet peeves, the offensive AI looks like it is going to be improved. I'm looking forward to that, because defensive AI was way too overpowered. One depth drop back gameplay has been horrible in FIFA 20, and I love the fact that they are changing that. So that is great. Hopefully they will nerf the defending and make FIFA more fun to play. That's the most important thing. It has to be fun. Now, when it comes to career mode itself, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it, because I genuinely have an idea. I have lots of ideas going through my head right now in terms of what kind of content I want to make, and it gets me excited to think about this. I'm looking forward to the new features. I'm looking forward to a new year of being excited for FIFA, and that simulation feature coming back is massive. I love that. So big props to EA, man. Big props for doing the things that you have done, but hopefully us as the community can keep you on your toes to make more improvements in the future that would be game changing, especially the Youth Academy. And yeah, hopefully you guys can work on that for the future as well. Hopefully we can have that. Hopefully we can have the Youth Champions League as well. So lots of stuff that is still out there to improve with career mode, but I do like what EA is putting out there. And in August, I will be returning with another in-depth analysis with one of these videos, talking to you guys about the career mode news that they are releasing. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, gonna be a great year, man. I have a good feeling about this one. I have a very, very good feeling about FIFA 21. So I'm looking forward to it. And I love the changes that they're bringing in into career mode. It's a shame that the PC version is not going to be as good as the console one, especially the next gen console. But yeah, I can't wait to see what this one is going to be like on console. I am very excited. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about FIFA 21 and the career mode changes. I personally think that they have brought in some massive features with the simulations being brought back and the jump in and out feature, which makes it even more special, with the position changes, with the training system that they are now implementing, with a new attribute to keep track of, and the gameplay changes that they are obviously bringing in, with difficulty levels that are now being added into career mode itself, that are going to be making things a lot more exciting and a lot more challenging. Thank you guys so much for watching FIFA 21. I am ready. Let me know if you are. Take care, boys. Peace.